Welcome to the Joski and Goob podcast. I am your host Joski. We're looking a little different here. I know we're looking a little different here. We got text on the screen now. We got an intro. Shout out my boy Royce for making that. We really appreciate you. And shout out everyone who's a new viewer. I've had over the past week some people talk to us about how they started watching the show, and we really do appreciate all of you. We appreciate everyone that has started watching the show. This is our 5th episode, and I would love to keep this going for a while. Would you like to say anything? This is my co-host. How rude of mine to not introduce my co-host as my co-host.
I was waiting for that.
Goob, aka Scott, aka Dad to me. But how's it going? How are we happy to be
good,
here?
Good.
Yeah,
I'm excited that we're staying continuous with this.
Yes, yes.
So.
And I'm very excited I'm going to show you when we're done how it's going to look. He doesn't know how it's going to look. I'm doing all this without like editing it. It's just what I'm doing on my computer. Yeah, it's the 9th of December, which if you guys remember from last week means Josh's book comes out today. Shout out Mr. Author Josh Howe on your second published official novel. We've obviously read a early version. We've obviously also ordered on Amazon. You can do it on Amazon. Order his book on Amazon. We've already ordered ours. So when we get the final touch, the final version of it, we will be good to go. I'm excited for that. Very excited for that. To get into sports, Michigan defeated Villanova a few minutes ago. The game wrapped up. They're 9-0. Number 2, Dusty May has his boys rolling. He has these boys rolling.
I was listening to FS1 halftime during the game, and they're like already giving us like just give them the number 1 spot in the Final Four. I'm like, wait a minute, there's a lot of basketball left to be played.
There's a lot of basketball.
We're doing well now, but let's talk about this after January into February.
No, I get that 100%. I understand that.
We still got to play the Big Ten. Big Ten's got a lot of ranked teams.
It's going to be fun.
So.
It is going to be very fun for the Big Ten. Yeah, 100%. Next thing up, Detroit Lions with a Thursday Night Football victory over the Dallas Cowboys, 44-30. Like, oh my goodness, I
think someone here predicted the Cowboys to win.
Okay, I just didn't want to be wrong. Okay, I was tired. I honestly thought they were gonna win. They were a red hot team coming into it. Personally, it's insane that we played such a good. Also, wait, shut up. This card I pulled, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Sorry, that was just randomly on my desk. Yeah, we played a good game, and I put in my notes here. If you guys wanna fact check, I put in my notes. Did what I said. They did what I said. They ran Monty to get yards. They used Gibbs as a pass catcher. They avoided obvious passing downs, and they doubled Quinnen Williams when we needed to run up the middle. They did a lot of good stuff.
Here's the biggest thing that I noticed that you called out. Was running the extra lineman, running a jumbo package to be able to run the ball.
Because then they did, and it gave Goff time. Goff had time, and he was I think like 25 of 34, 309, and a touchdown. I think that was his stat line. I don't remember exactly. He had a great week. But yeah, so I think that's a very nice win, and we're 8-5. And in the NFC, 10 wins may not cut it. The Bears were the number 1 seed, lost 1 game. Do you want to know?
7.
They're the 7 seed. That's how insane the NFC is right now. I would love for the Lions to be in the AFC right now, because then we'd be in the playoff picture. So yeah, that's a great win for the Lions. Pistons, I didn't really write anything down for them. It's early basketball season. They're doing
still
well.
Number 1 seed in the East.
Number 1 seed, but I feel like a lot of power rankings, they're just not getting the respect they deserve. But
and I think they've been off. I mean, I don't think they play again until Friday.
Yeah, they haven't played in a bit. It's early season. Not a lot has happened. And I'm just Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Karis LeVert. Everyone's been playing really well. Jaden Ivey coming back is a very fantastic thing.
Been hitting threes.
Robinson, that's basically just our Beasley replacement, and he's been doing great. He was great in Miami. I was happy when we signed him. He was great in Miami. We'll just do our quick NFL recap. The agenda today is NFL recap. We'll do our players of the week, worst play of the week, best game, worst game, and some NFL news. Quick predictions of the games. Our Tuesday, before any news about injuries and stuff come out. Our quick Tuesday predictions. Obviously, more in-depth predictions from me will be on Joe Sportsball, my TikTok account, where I am hoping to post every day. I'm going to make a TikTok right after this, actually, and we'll post that. NFL news, and then Goob, he found out how to put emojis on the screen. Goob has our college football predictions. He has the bracket on his thing. I didn't write down the bracket, but he's gonna say the bracket. He's gonna have predictions. Then we also have some college football news regarding Notre Dame that we will get to later in the episode. So stick around for all of that. Starting now, NFL recap. My player of the week in the NFC was Jahmyr Gibbs, 120 total yards and 3 touchdowns. In the AFC, I did Shedeur Sanders, 23 of 42, 364 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, or 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown to 1 interception with a 97.7 rating against the Tennessee Titans. Very underrated defense in Tennessee over there. Who were your players of the week this week?
So I went NFC player of the week, J.J. McCarthy, homeboy from Michigan. He went 16 for 23, 163 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions.
That's new for him. That's the first time he's done that ever.
For him. So, my AFC player of the week, I went with Jamar Chase. 14 catches, 177 yards, and 1 touchdown.
That's a good game.
With having Joe Burrow back. So
yeah, that's a good game. I'm surprised they didn't get that game done. That was such a good game to watch. I'm surprised they didn't get it done. Bill's defense came in at the very end and just was very Holy wait, the BYU's up now. BYU came back from that half deficit. They're up 4. Very interesting.
Okay. All right.
Maybe overtime. Yeah, no, I agree with both of those. I think McCarthy had a really good week this week. Coming back against a Commanders defense and coming back from injury too. I didn't think it could get much worse after Max Brosner last weekend, and then JJ McCarthy. You know, all your expectations. My expectations were down here, and he went a little above that. My expectations were down here. He went a little above that. That was a pretty good game. I want to see more though.
It's just 1 week.
I want to see consistency out of this guy. I want to see consistency out of the kid. The kid. He's older than me. I want to see consistency out of him. Let's go to our worst player of the week. I get a lot of the picks weren't his fault, but I'm gonna go Jalen Hurts, 21 of 40, 240 yards, 4 interceptions. I'd say maybe 1 or 2. I know AJ Brown dropped one, and like AJ Brown ran the wrong route on one, or like ran a choice route, but still not making good reads. The play calling's bad. I personally, on my own TikTok page, I called the Chargers to win. I don't know if I did here on here last week, but my opinions changed throughout the week. Because on here I picked Ohio State to win, but publicly on my TikTok I picked Indiana to win. So I technically was right. We go with the latest opinion. We go with whatever the latest opinion is. We're gonna go with that one. My AFC worst player of the week, Mahomes, 14 of 33, 160 yards, 3 interceptions. Ugly game. Who are your worst players of the week? Did you have any written down?
I didn't pick out any worst players, but I'll agree with what you said.
Doesn't like to be negative.
Well, Holmes, oh my gosh, man! You know, the expectation, because he's done so well since he came into the league, and for him to have a year where he's struggling,
before this week he was playing some of his best football. The team was struggling, but I get you're playing the best defense in football, but 3 interceptions, really, Mahomes?
Yeah.
That's a non-Mahomes. I don't think they make. I think the Chiefs and the Ravens missed the playoffs after how they performed last week.
I mean, like you said about Jalen Hurts. I mean, Jalen Hurts just missed the bus yesterday.
Holy! And they still almost won.
That whole game, even though I picked that game as to be my game of the week, just because it was so close, it ended up going into overtime. Yeah. But the amount of, the one play, I can't remember ever one play having 4 turnovers in the one play.
I remember the pick. The other guy fumbled it. Jalen Hurts fumbled it. Then someone else fumbled it, and they got it. The Chargers got it. I thought when I was watching it, I was about to be, this is the most Jalen Hurts play ever. Throws a pick, and then the ball gets fumbled right to him, and they get the ball back. But then he fumbled it again. So he's the first player in NFL history to turn the ball over twice on a play. He's the first player to do it twice on a single play. And there was like 4 total turnovers on the play, but he was the first one to do it twice. I had 2 best games. I couldn't decide. I put Packers, Bears, and Bengals, Bills. I couldn't. Those were my games of the week. I couldn't pick one. I could not. Very good games from both of them. Like, both of them coming down to the wire. Like, a lot of firepower. Caleb Williams, I don't know what you're doing. You missed DJ Moore. You had DJ Moore on your crossing route, and he tries to go deep to, I think it was either Komet or Loveland. It was probably Komet. He tried to go deep. It got picked. You lose the game. Bears fall from the 1st seed. They're on top of the world a week ago. Now they're all the way down to the 7th seed. 1 or 2 losses away from being on the outside looking in, and they kind of got it a little hard. They got the Browns this week, which is easy, but also that defense is a little, like, it might cause problems for Ben Johnson. And then, I think you play the Packers again at some point. You've already played the Vikings twice. You play the Packers again. They play someone else. I don't know who it is. I think it's a harder team. And then You play the Lions week 18, who at that point could potentially be red hot.
I don't think the Bears should underestimate the Browns.
Not at all.
I mean,
the
Browns.
No. I mean, the Browns beat the Packers.
The Browns can beat you any given week. I mean, they just got to put it together.
If their offense can show up, they can beat you. If their offense decides to even score maybe 20, 30 points. If
their head coach would stop rotating linemen.
We'll talk about Mr. Stefanski later, Mr. Horrible later. My worst game of the week, and we agreed on this. I saw your notes. Sorry, guys, for the continuity error. I saw his notes before the show. 31-0. Vikes beat the Commanders. Holy, what a boring game. I hate blowouts. I hate blowouts unless my team's the one blowing the other team out.
And that was with Jaden Daniels back. They couldn't score a point.
Jaden Daniels, and I think most of their weapons were back. It did not look good. It was not a good-looking game. That Vikings defense, Brian Flores, you got a good defense over there in Minnesota. So those are our awards for Player of the Week, Worst Player of the Week, Best Game, Worst Game. Those are our Players of the Week. The next time we will talk about player awards will be when the season is over. After Week 18, we will come back and do our official picks for the awards in the NFL. And then NFL news, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take a loss to the New Orleans Saints this weekend.
Did not see that one coming.
Did not see that one coming at all. Does that makes this last 4 weeks for the Panthers and the Bucs very, very interesting, because they both play each other twice. They play twice. If the Panthers can somehow muster up a win in both of those games, the Panthers will win the NFC South, and the Panthers will be in the playoffs. 1 year removed from a 5-12 season, I think is what they had. 2 years removed from a 2-15 season. The year before that, they also sucked. I'm just saying, Bryce Young's looking better. He's looking more comfortable. They have confidence after Rams win plus a bye. I don't know.
I think he's got a decent offensive coordinator and a QB coach that are working with his abilities.
Yeah, Dave Canales has come in and done a very good job. Dave Canales has come in, and he's done a very good job. And I just think it's hilarious that I think Canales was a coordinator with the Buccaneers, then he went to the Panthers, and then Liam Cohen was the coordinator of the Buccaneers, and he went to the Jaguars. Does everyone like to stay in the South over there? Do the coordinator like to stay, in the South, AFC or NFC South? I think it is kind of funny how that works out, because there's a lot of like the Saints got a young coach, the Falcons have a coach. 3 out of the 4 teams in the NFC South all have coaches that were hired in the last 5 years. Dave Canales was hired recently. Moore was hired recently. Raheem Morris was hired recently. And I think Raheem Morris is the next coach to get fired after the performance that they put up. Kirk Cousins just does not have it anymore. He's one of the oldest quarterbacks in the league, does not have it. Speaking of old quarterbacks, seamless transition here. Phillip Rivers, at 44 years old, is signed to the Indianapolis Colts practice squad as a last resort, because Richardson's on IR. He's laughing. Richardson is on IR. Daniel Jones done for the year, torn Achilles. Very sad story. It's weird. Tyrese Halliburton in India, and then Daniel Jones. What's going on in Indianapolis? Very sad. I was very sad when I heard the Daniel Jones news, because he's such a tough guy. He was playing through a fractured fibula. Very, very sad news. Especially because I love quarterbacks who have resurgences like that, and it puts them at such a crossroad, because Daniel Jones, 12-game sample size, playing really well, but had his moments. He was only on a 1-year deal, and he's going to be hurt for most of next year. The Colts don't have first-round picks for the next 2 years. The Colts went from a couple weeks ago being 7-1, top of the league, talk of the town. Then they went all in at the trade deadline, and now they are in one of the worst spots I've seen a team in a while. Because you don't have your next 2 first-round picks. The guy you traded for in Sauce Gardner's out. Daniel Jones is out. Anthony Richardson's still hurt, so even your project quarterback isn't available. Riley Leonard has strained muscles in his knee. And your last resort is Phillip Rivers. I took a look at the remaining quarterbacks left on the waivers for quarterbacks you can sign, and it's Jake Fromm, Jeff Driscoll. I think the best option that they actually had was try to get Phillip Rivers off the couch. We'll see if did he pass the physical, or is he still yet?
I didn't hear that he did.
I think he's yet to pass the physical.
At 44, I mean,
he's a granddad.
I just don't.
He has 10 kids and
has he kept himself in shape? I mean,
I don't think he'd be coming out if he hadn't. I think a lot of NFL quarterbacks, when they retire, prefer to kind of stay in that shape. I think they just prefer that. So
I don't know. He's a grandfather, so I mean, he's been spending time with his grandkids.
He's a pretty young grandfather. He's 44. He's a pretty young grandfather. So I mean, I want to see how this goes because personally, here's my ideal situation. Me personally, fantasy football wise, I have Tyler Warren. He's cooked. If there's no quarterback to throw to Tyler Warren, he had 1.7 points last week. My fantasy season's over if I don't get him. But Phillip Rivers, old man, quick reads, safety blanket.
Yeah. Hence, old man River.
And I'm just saying, little do you guys know, I don't know if any of you guys know a man by the name of Antonio Gates, whose career was built on Phillip Rivers throwing him the ball. So I'm just saying, Tyler Warren could be tight end 1 if Phillip Rivers comes back and can throw the ball in a decent way. I'm excited for the sidearm slinger to come back.
He's gonna come back and break a hip. So.
Maybe, just maybe. I mean, Brady played till he was 45, and
all right, okay, that's apples and oranges, dude. You can't rate him against Brady.
Flacco's still doing it.
Brady's on another level with nutrition and staying in shape.
Rodgers is still doing it. Flacco's still doing it.
Rodgers is smoking herb, dude. So I mean, he's
maybe Phillip Rivers is too. He lived in San Diego for a while, so
well, yeah.
I'm excited to see it. You know, out of all the storylines, give me a Phillip Rivers.
I mean, can you imagine that storyline? Him coming in and saving the day
because they're still
their season.
They're what 8-5 right now. Like,
yeah, I mean they're on the cusp.
Yeah, so, you still got time. You know,
that would be the story of the year.
I mean, Flacco came off the couch for the Browns a few years ago, and I know obviously he was younger then, but Flacco came off the couch and led him to the playoffs, crapped the bed in the playoffs, but still led him to the playoffs. Maybe we get a similar deal here. You never know. Really.
Maybe they should go try to slide Flacco from Cincinnati.
I mean, no, because I mean maybe they could actually. Well, they couldn't. You can't really trade anymore.
Could you imagine being Flacco and going from
three different teams
to third team,
3 different
in
teams.
one season?
Well, I will say, you know, since the Colts are in need of a quarterback, and we really don't care about the age of the quarterback or, you know, maybe their fitness level. I played quarterback in high school, Indianapolis. I played not very well, but my junior year stats, I had 278 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 32 completions to 72 attempts. Only one interception on the year.
That got you pulled.
I did get pulled. I did get benched, but that's okay because technically speaking, I have no defense against that. That is fair. I have no defense against that. But I'm just saying, Colts. The name's Joe Brown. You can reach out to me on my socials, and maybe we can get a workout. Find me out there. We can get a workout. If I can outperform 44-year-old Phillip Rivers.
Not one down in college. So
not one down in college. I didn't even play my senior year actually, but hey. I'm fully healed, ready to go. Indianapolis Colts, if we're just taking anybody, I'm your guy.
You played against, was it Miraloma?
Miraloma and Mary's. I had negative 10 rushing yards and 2 lost fumbles. I didn't want to mention that. I mean, last week I was on here asking the Lions for an offensive coordinator job. This week I'm asking the Colts for a quarterback job. I really don't know what this podcast has become. I think it's just me auditioning for different jobs in the NFL when they become vacant. Any college football teams need a coach, I'm also here. Kevin Stefanski should be fired. I didn't even put a question mark. Everything else here is a question mark. Horrible game management. You go down 8, 31-23. You're a stout defense. Shedeur Sanders playing the best game of his career. Kick the freaking extra point. You're only down 1 score. They ended up getting a touchdown in the end, had to go for 2, didn't get it, lost. Could have sent the game to overtime, where maybe you get perfect timing. You know, Stefanski, you're out to get him. If you're out to get your players actively, even a player that's been playing well for you, you should get canned. Like, that's disgusting to do that to your player. especially a young player who is having the best game of his career. I'm just saying, I'm not a fan of it at all. It is just, you're mismanaging it totally.
I think Dan Campbell's rubbing off on the league, man. Everybody's got to go for it on 4th down.
That wasn't even us going for it on 4th down. That was just sabotage because you don't like the player. Like, Stefanski is, like you said, he's subbing linemen in and out. Like, he's not setting up his player for success. Dylan Gabriel didn't get this treatment. And right now, Shadir Sanders just played a better game than Dylan Gabriel could have played all year. I'm just saying, like, and they're going to have that's another quarterback situation that I'm just, BYU just hit a game winner. That's another situation where it's also like, what are we doing there either? Where it's, who are they? Deshaun Watson coming back to practice, but also like, they plan to keep him for next year, but they also just drafted 2 quarterbacks in the draft and went out and got Joe Flacco. I don't know what the Browns are doing, really. No one knows what the Browns are doing.
I don't think the Browns know what they're doing.
I don't think anyone in that room and anyone in that front office has anyone else's phone number. They're kind of they're making calls and doing their own thing. Like, you drafted 2 quarterbacks. Oh, we're bringing Deshaun back though, right? But you drafted, like, no one's communicating. I think Kevin Stefanski hasn't talked to the GM in 5 years. I genuinely do not think so. And I want to ask you this as a Raiders fan, my final little headline before we get into our predictions for the NFL this week. How do you feel about potentially, the Raiders just lost in their game. They're in prime spot. The Raiders lost, the Titans won. So the Raiders have a realistic path. If you lose these last 4 games, Raiders got a path to the number 1 pick. Fernando Mendoza is going to be sitting there on the board. And honestly, even if you don't get the number 1 pick, the Titans just got a quarterback, so they wouldn't even need one. You'd get him at the number 2 spot. You don't like that idea? You don't like Fernando?
No, I do. We need a quarterback. That's no question about it.
Get him.
We also need a new head coach. We need a new GM. I've seen so many. I mean, being a Lions fan over the years, I've seen the Lions ruin a number of quarterbacks' careers.
Or did those quarterbacks ruin the Lions?
No. They ruined the quarterbacks' careers because they had terrible offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
Rodney Peete. He did okay. Andre Ware, that guy was the top pick for the Lions when he came out in 89 or 90 or somewhere around there. Because he ran the West Coast offense or the run and shoot, and they just didn't. Anyways, I feel the Raiders would do the same thing to Mendoza.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna pick him if he's there. They're gonna get the number 1 pick or number 2.
Oh no doubt about it. It's just that
I think he could do a good job.
I was not in agreement with hiring Pete Carroll. I just as a Raider fan, I don't think that was the right move. I don't know what Davis is doing.
I honestly think it's all building up. If I'm a Raiders fan, your defense is fine. Your defense is fine. Like, your defense can get by. You have Brock Bowers. You have Ashton Genty. Go out, sign some O-linemen, trade for some O-linemen, draft Fernando Mendoza, go out and get a wide receiver in free agency or a wide receiver in the draft, like a later round guy. You could find a good guy. Ask Brad Holmes, who he's looking into. And then you have a successful team next year. You obviously can Pete Carroll.
They have to solidify that O-line. Everybody wants to blame Geno Smith.
It's the O-line.
The guy doesn't have an O-line to protect him.
Build around. They have Jackson Powers Johnson, center. Build around him. I forgive me for my ignorance. I apologize. I don't know a lot of the guys you guys have in your O-line. Some of them could be good, but you guys have also had some injuries. When Powers Johnson went down, like, you guys were looking good at the first Denver game on Thursday Night Football, and then Powers Johnson goes down, and all of a sudden you get sacked 800 times.
Well, also, we've been looking better because they fired Chip Kelly because he's not an offensive coordinator. So
gosh, that's another job that's vacant. Oakland, Las Vegas, you can call me too. It's just, that's what you got to do. Solidify your O-line, draft Mendoza, draft a wide receiver late, draft some defense, trade for some guys, free agent, go crazy, do what you want. Get rid of Pete. Pete's a 1-year deal kind of guy. Get rid of Pete. There's guys who need jobs.
Well, I mean, as Tom Brady as a partial owner, why isn't he having more influence on this?
Because he wants to have the Fox deal. He's not allowed to be in certain meetings because he's an announcer. If he would just give up the whole announcer shtick, which he's gotten better at it. If he would give up the announcer shtick and actually focus on the Raiders, he could turn this team around.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to because he wants to do his
Talk
own
about
thing.
getting somebody to come out of retirement.
Oh, no. Have you seen Brady nowadays? No, he's half the weight he was when he played, dude. He's on his plant diet.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna run our quick. I'm gonna give you the games. You're gonna give your prediction. You know, your quick,
Okay.
not even think about it prediction. Let's go. Let me look at the games. Thursday night football, Buccaneers, Falcons.
I'm gonna go Bucks. I don't think the Falcons have been playing with the darn.
Because I want the Panthers to make the playoffs, I'm gonna go Falcons.
Okay.
Browns, Bears. Give me the Bears. I think the Bears bounce back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Browns. I think the Browns have it in them to. Is that in Chicago or?
It's in
Cleveland?
Chicago. It's at Soldier Field.
Yeah, that's a tougher, but the Browns could do it.
Yeah. Ravens, Bengals. We just saw this matchup. I think the Bengals get it. Man. I think Bengals get it again. I think the Bengals just have the Ravens number. Cardinals, Texans. Give me the Texans. That defense is just suffocating.
And the offense is coming around.
Oh, 100%. Stroud didn't really play the best, but he still won. Yeah. Jets, Jaguars. Give me the Jaguars to get to 10 wins.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
Who would have told you that at the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
Chargers, Chiefs. Give me the Chargers to get to 10 wins. Give me the Chiefs to fall to 6-8.
Yes.
And it's in Kansas City, but I don't care. Kansas City keeps getting favored in these games, but I don't care.
They played at home last week and got beat.
Yeah. Bills, Patriots in Foxborough. I'm
going Patriots.
I'm going to go Patriots. Patriots beat them in Buffalo, and I think the Patriots are able to beat them again.
Yeah.
And this is probably game of the week right here. Commanders, Giants. Give me the Giants. Give me the Giants.
I'm going to go who cares.
I'm going to go Giants. The Giants would be the Giants. I think the Giants are trending up in as up as you can get for a 2-11 team, and the Commanders are trending down.
I mean, I'm excited for Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an up and coming quarterback.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's in New York.
Yeah. So. I'm gonna label this game murder. Eagles, Raiders. Give me the Eagles because the Raiders are just not good. The Raiders are gonna make the Eagles look like a good football team. This might be game of the week though. Packers at Broncos.
I'm going Broncos.
I'm gonna go Packers. I'm gonna go Packs. I think the Pack wins it.
Even though I'm a Raiders guy and I hate the Broncos.
Yeah.
Broncos are playing just too darn well this year.
Yeah. Panthers, Saints. The Panthers lost to the Saints earlier this year, but I don't think they do it again. I think they get right, and I think they're like, all right, we got to lock in this. I think they just weren't. I think they were looking too far forward last time they played the Saints. I think they want to get their crap together, and I think the Panthers want to be 8-6 and be in a driver's seat in this division.
Yeah, I agree.
Colts, Seahawks. With or without Phillip Rivers. Maybe Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren, I guess, is their emergency quarterback. So maybe he gets... I would love some quarterback stats at my tight end position in fantasy. Titans, 49ers. 49ers? Like, maybe Titans just to be a hater, I guess. I don't know. And then, in L.A., SoFi Stadium... Are we going to be there? Have we mentioned that at all on the podcast?
I believe we're going to be there.
I don't think we've mentioned that at all on the podcast. I don't think I mentioned that to anyone. We're going to be in SoFi Stadium. If you're a fan of the pod, come say hi. I mean, maybe not, but if you're a fan of the pod, come say hi. We're going to be in SoFi Stadium this Sunday watching the Lions take on the Rams. Sorry. I'm so excited just thinking about it. I get to watch... my childhood quarterback, my favorite, my man, Matthew Stafford, in person as he takes on my current love, my current quarterback, Jared Goff. This matchup, I think this matchup at this point, it's just a game at this point. Like, it's really, I'm not going to play it up like it was played up a few years ago. You know, we played them in the playoffs. Last year played them Sunday Night Football Week 1. Both games of those we won. The time before that, which was the 2021 season, which was the first time they played, obviously the Rams got the better of them. That was the last time this game was in SoFi, I believe. The last two times have been in Ford Field. The last time was in SoFi. The Lions won it. The last time it was in SoFi. So I think the Lions take it, just because I'm biased. I think the Lions take it. I think the Rams obviously probably are going to win, but I think the Lions will take it. That is very confusing, but I think the Rams can take it. But the Rams will take it, but the Lions are going to win. The Rams will win, but the Lions also will win at the same time. Vikings, Cowboys. Give me the Vikes. Give me the Vikes against. I think the Cowboys are kind of after last week.
I think you're right. Cowboys on a downward trajectory. So
yeah. So I think just give me the Vikes just because.
I mean, I think their offense can score points, but I just don't think their defense can hang with anybody.
And then give me a team that's kind of been crawling back in the AFC playoff picture. The Dolphins at 6-7. A few weeks ago they were like 3-7. Okay. And the Steelers were at 7-6. I still think the Steelers win this game, but I think the Dolphins, their comeback has been impressive. But I still think the Steelers win this game.
I'm going Steelers on that one.
Yeah. The Steelers are definitely going to. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize. I just looked ahead a little bit. We get a treat next Thursday on the 18th. We get a treat. We get Rams Seahawks on Thursday Night Football.
Wow.
That's going to be a good
battle of the AFC West.
NFC West, but yeah.
Or NFC West, sorry.
You're good. All right. That is our predictions for the week. Come back when we're wrong. I'm probably going to change it. I'm not going to remember what I said here. I'm probably going to change it in my prediction video.
You got to write this stuff down, man.
Oh, I'm going to change it. I'm going to figure it out later. Now, over to Goob. I've done a lot of the leading here. Over to Goob for our college football.
Yeah, let's talk. I want to talk about college football, man. We've got all the championship games that happened last weekend, and now we've got set for the playoff. But really the big thing, I mean, we'll go through the playoff bracket in a minute. Yeah. It's just, college football, we've got so many bowl games, and I'm kind of on the fence on how to feel about this, because there are teams that are bowing out of invitations to bowl games. I'll just go down the list. Notre Dame's the big one. Yeah. They said, yep, you know what? You didn't want us in the playoff. I'm not going to a bowl game. Florida State, Auburn, Central Florida, Baylor, Kansas, Rutgers from the Big Ten, Temple, Iowa State, Kansas State have all bowed out.
I didn't realize it was this many. Damn.
So then you look at, you've got two sides. You got, even if they got invited, their seniors probably won't play because that's the trend now is for seniors not to play in the bowl game because they don't want to risk getting hurt for the combine if they're going to the NFL. Now the flip side of it is the rest of the team, these guys get invited to, usually someplace in Florida or somewhere nice, get to spend the holidays down there and, have an extra game, get 3 more weeks of practice, so they're playing, their season still extends. Now with these teams that have bowed out, those players don't get that. So, how do you look at it? Do you look at it like, well, these kids are getting robbed now, but then, with the whole NIL thing, I mean, there's so many moving parts to this college football that it's just hard to, as a fan, I'm looking at it from a fan's perspective on how to feel about this because now we're going to get, they're going to fill these rest of these bowl games because, the other thing about the bowl games is these schools get money for this. They get money for participating. So it's like, now we're going to get teams because, I mean, the criteria used to be teams had to qualify for a bowl game. You had to have at least 6 wins. You had to go 6-6.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see teams that are 5-7 that, is it going to jeopardize the quality of the games that we're going to see in these,
probably,
the blue and gold Poinsettia Bowl from, San Diego. I mean, these bowl games are just are just ridiculous. I mean, I'm growing up and I'm 55. Growing up, we had 6 bowl games, and that was it. On New Year's Day, we had all the 6 bowl games and we got to watch them all.
But I mean, with the college football playoff, it takes some of those bowl games away. That's why they're adding more.
That's because of that. Yeah, but before we spread to 12 teams. I mean, when we were only doing 14, we still had. They only took about 2 bowl games away.
Because it's all about the money.
For the national championship.
It's all about the money, though.
It is all about the money, and I mean, I'm listening to these guys. Like I just saw a thing about Troy Aikman. He said that because he's a UCLA guy. I don't know the name of the player, but apparently he gave quite a contribution to this guy's NIL money, and now he's leaving. So
I think there should be with NIL, you should have to, if you take an amount for a certain amount of years, you have to stay those years. If you sign 1 year NIL deal,
that brings up a great point because I actually pulled something up. So this is what somebody posted about changing it. So players need to sign for a minimum of 2 years. Create 4 super region conferences with 2 divisions each. 8 games in division schedules, 9 teams each division. Coaches can't leave until the season without heavy fines. Division champs get an auto bid. 2 teams from every super region. Keep 12-team playoff, and if you're not in the top 12, you don't belong. And prioritize regional TV contracts. This is what somebody posted about trying to improve the college football. Some of that stuff I agree with. Some of it I don't.
I think keep the conferences you have. I like the auto bids, but I also like the group of 5 auto bids. I sold this to you privately, and I'll say it out loud publicly. I like group of 5 teams getting in because it allows for the chance of an upset. Do I think, and this is skipping ahead to like the games, do I think James Madison is going to beat Oregon? No. Do I think Tulane is going to beat Ole Miss? No. But a couple years down the line, if we get to watch that first, it was like the criticism when they got when they added the 7 seed in the NFL. It was like, oh, they'll never lose. And then the Packers beat the Cowboys as a 7 seed, and like the first time it ever happened. It's fun to watch. It is fun to watch a team that is, lower ranked like JMU beat a team like that. I would take that 1,000 times.
I know it's apples and oranges when we compare football to basketball, but basketball we start with 68 teams.
And there's some nice fun upsets.
Yeah, there's always that chance that somebody could hit a Cinderella stride.
Yeah,
and knock off a couple big teams.
But it also rewards.
I think as a fan because if you, like you said, we went from a 4-team playoff to 12 because we got tired of the same 4 teams being in it.
Exactly. So you want more diversity in your team.
More diversity. Get these group of 5s in and see what they can do. If they get blown out, then
it's one game.
The committee didn't do their job. Because then now we're going to go back to the whole Notre Dame thing.
It's like, oh, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is upset because they feel that they had better quality of wins. They should have been in.
Yeah.
Versus Miami, which they got beat by Miami in the beginning of the season.
But Miami had worse losses or whatever their reasoning was.
So I think that had a bigger deal.
Yeah.
But to act like, if I'm not in, I'm not going to a bowl game. It just is kind of selfish.
100%.
So I just think that, and then Notre Dame's got some sort of deal with
I saw that.
That if they're in the top 12 next year, they have to be invited to the college football playoff.
It's like, no, join a conference like everyone else. You don't get to play by different rules.
So that's
join
the thing.
A conference like everyone else.
So outside of football, they're in the ACC.
Yeah.
25 other sports they compete in. They're competing in the ACC.
The best part
Why not join the ACC or join a conference?
Yeah.
Because that's why, you look at the Big Ten and you look at the SEC. They've created these 2 mega conferences.
They need someone to challenge them.
If you're not going to join a conference, then you're going to be at risk for not making the playoff. Yeah.
You either have to win all your games or not lose 1 or 2 of your games. You have to win all your games if you're not in a conference.
So, you look at Notre Dame, and I'm not just saying this as a Michigan fan. They decided not to, because they were, Michigan and Notre Dame always played usually like first or second game.
Yeah.
They decided not to play us anymore because they didn't want to have that loss on their schedule.
Exactly. And that does come down to Texas's argument too, where Texas scheduled Ohio State and was like, oh, well, why would we even schedule them next year then if that's going to be against us? Texas, you went 9-3. Texas, you lost to unranked Florida. It all comes down to this. No matter who you schedule, because that's your choice, no matter what conference you're in, win your damn games and you will get in the college football playoff. It's simple. Oh, Michigan went what? We went 9-3, right?
Yeah.
We're not crying. Oh, we lost to 3 ranked teams. We should be in. No, we shouldn't. We didn't win those games. We did not win those games. If we would have
had we won those games,
had we beaten
I
think if we beat USC, we would have been in. The USC loss killed us. If we would have beaten USC and put up a little bit of a fight against Ohio State, you got to put us in, because then Oklahoma and Ohio State are both in the playoff, and we lost to them. You lose to 2 teams that are in the playoff. But even then, I wouldn't have been mad if we didn't make it at 10-2, because we didn't win our games.
Yeah.
You win your games, you get to play in the college football playoff. Notre Dame joined the ACC. Notre Dame would run the ACC almost every year if they joined the ACC. Notre Dame's not a bad team.
Yeah, because Clemson's down, Florida State's down.
Notre Dame, you would have been like first or second. Notre Dame, you probably could have played in the ACC championship and won it And then, oh my gosh, they just beat Virginia or they just beat Duke. Get in the playoff, you get your auto bid. And then Tulane or James Madison gets left out. Probably James Madison gets left out.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it's dumb. Would I have liked BYU to make the playoff? Because then you get Tulane against BYU. Retzlaff from BYU gets kicked out of BYU or leaves BYU because of his suspension and then comes and plays BYU. That'd be a fun storyline. But we didn't get that because BYU didn't win their games. BYU not only lost, their only 2 losses were to Texas Tech and Texas Tech again. But you got your butt handed to you by Texas Tech. Yeah. You didn't even put up a fight.
So now let's kind of trail that into the bracket. So December 20th will be the first round of games.
I thought 19th isn't the 19th Bama? Isn't that Friday Bama and Oklahoma plays first? I thought I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, I thought they listed them all on the 20th, but I could be wrong.
I thought I saw that. Well, let me check. College football. What the hell? I think what I saw on ESPN was that they play first. Like,
okay. All right.
Let me check.
So let's start with that. Alabama, Oklahoma. You got 8 versus 9. Both SEC schools.
Give me Oklahoma. Give me Oklahoma.
I mean, well, just because of the way Alabama got crushed by Georgia.
Yeah.
I don't see them because they're playing in Oklahoma. So
did they play? Yeah, Oklahoma beat them earlier this year as well.
Yeah.
I just think Oklahoma plays better football right now. Oklahoma is playing better football at this
Well, then there's that argument. Well, what? Alabama's got 3 losses?
Yeah.
But they got beat by top schools.
Yeah, Alabama's 3 losses are to Georgia last week, Georgia by 21 in the championship, but the championship should not fault you. Oklahoma by only 2 points, and they lost to Florida State week 1. So, in my opinion, the committee views it, the earlier you lose, the better.
It's always been that way.
So, hey, Notre Dame, Texas, schedule your very hard games the first 2 weeks and then play your cupcake teams. So then if you lose, oh no, it's bad.
Well, Texas did.
Yeah, they did, but then they lost to Florida in conference play. We wouldn't be having this conversation if you just did not lose to Florida. If you didn't lose to a Florida that is not very good this year, you would have been in the championship.
Yeah.
You could have made it. So yeah, there are 3 losses, but also BYU's argument too.
So they're playing on the 29th or the 19th.
Yeah. So Oklahoma, okay. I take Oklahoma over that.
So then you've got the Group 5 JMU, James Madison, playing Oregon.
Give me Oregon. Like I think James Madison's been a fun story, but I just do not think that they're getting a new coach next year. I don't think they have it to beat Oregon. Oregon's just in such a good spot. Oregon gets the literal perfect spot in this whole thing where you didn't have to play in a conference championship game. And your 1 loss is to the number 1 team in the country because you didn't have to play Ohio State. That's a great spot to be in. You're 11-1. You get the 5 seed, and you didn't have to play in a conference championship.
Yeah.
I think Oregon wins the game, and I think Oregon wins it handedly.
Yeah, I don't see JMU's defense being able to stop Oregon's offense.
Not at all.
All right. Then we got number 11 Tulane versus 6 Ole Miss.
Same story. I love Tulane. Tulane's done a great job this year. They did really well in the championship.
So, pump the brakes here. Ole Miss doesn't have their coach.
They got something to play for now. They're saying, screw you, we can do it without you, Lane Kiffin. I think that's going to carry them to a win here.
Well, I hope you're right.
I think Ole Miss
just because those kids deserve better.
Yeah, I think it would be nice. Yeah, we don't want to go into Lane Kiffin.
We're not even going to go there.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Then we got. Now, this is going to be, I don't know. So, number 10, Miami taking on 7, Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M rolls on those guys.
I think Miami wins it.
I don't. I think Texas Tech, the way they're playing football this right now, they're going to.
Texas Tech? I thought Texas, it's Texas A&M. It's A&M, not Tech. Oh, okay.
Oh, never. Oh, sorry.
It's A&M, not Tech.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
A&M
everything I just said because I thought we were talking about Texas Tech.
No, it's A&M's the 7 seed. Texas Tech's the 4 seed.
I can see Miami probably squeezing that one out.
Yeah. So. Texas Tech is the 4 seed because they won their championship. They won the Big 12.
So then we got the top 4 teams. Is Texas Tech is 4, Georgia's 3, Ohio State's 2, Indiana's 1.
Yeah. I want to see real quick. Let me check ESPN. In this scenario, who would play who? I think Oregon would I think Oregon would play Indiana. Let me check. Let me try to see my bracket. I have a bracket. I didn't make a bracket, but I have like bracketology.
So number 1 would play the lowest seed. So if our predictions were correct and Miami won, then Indiana would have to play Miami.
No.
And then Ohio State would play the next lowest seed.
No, Oregon would get to play Texas Tech.
Oh, so they're keeping them in line with the bracket.
I think they're just keeping them in line, which is, I get that, okay. I guess. So Oregon plays Texas Tech in our situation, our scenario. Oregon plays Texas Tech. Indiana plays Oklahoma. Ole Miss plays Georgia. And Miami, we're going to say Miami wins. Miami plays Ohio State. So in those games, who do you have? Oregon or Texas Tech?
Texas Tech.
I'm going to go... I'll go Texas Tech. I'll go Texas Tech. They've played well.
I don't think Oregon has a defense, especially how they got exposed by Indiana early in the season.
Well, Indiana beat that game with their defense. Indiana's defense is on par. It's the best defense in the country right now. Right. And Texas Tech has a very good defense.
Well, that was proof of the pudding last week when they beat Ohio State
to 10 points. Okay. he couldn't wait to say that. He could not wait to say that. We see the flag in the back. So we're going to go Texas Tech over Oregon. That's fine. They move on to the Final Four. Oklahoma, Indiana. Give me Indiana. I think Indiana is just the best team in the country right now. They're the best coached team in the college football landscape right now. They're the best coached team. Oklahoma may have better players. They may play in a tougher conference, but Indiana is better coached.
But give me what Indiana's done with the less NIL recruits and Signati's got these guys just on a different level,
ready to go. So I think they win it. I think Indiana beats Oklahoma. Ole Miss, Georgia. Georgia, in my opinion, and this is just always the truth, Georgia right now is the best team in the country. I don't care that they're 3. I will come on record and say this. They are the best team in the country. Because Indiana and Ohio State played a good game defensively. Neither of their offenses could get going. Georgia beat Alabama with their defense, only holding them 7 points, but was able to put up points, 4 touchdowns. All around, balanced-wise, Georgia's the best team in college football right now. And I think they beat Ole Miss. Ole Miss's story is gone. Your argument of Ole Miss doesn't have their coach, they can get a win over Tulane. They're not going to, especially playing Tulane doesn't give them any favors. Playing an easy team right before you play Georgia doesn't give you any favors.
Right.
So I think Georgia wins that. I think we can agree on that.
And then Miami and Ohio State.
Ohio State, come on. I understand it's boring picking all the favorites, but Ohio State. Like, they're the top 4 seeds for a damn reason. Like, the top 4 seeds for a reason. All right. So that would leave us with Indiana, Texas Tech, and Georgia, Ohio State. Indiana, Texas Tech, 1 versus 4.
I'm going to go Indiana. I'm going to ride the Indiana train the rest of the way.
I'm going Indiana.
I'm pulling for Indiana just for the fact that I want them to go undefeated, win the Natty, and say, screw you, Ohio State. At least we did it with no losses like Michigan.
Okay. Yeah. No, and then that would be 3 straight Big Ten winners. So who would really run it, Big Ten or SEC? I think Indiana beats Texas Tech 100%. I think Texas Tech hasn't played a team like Indiana's defense. Give me Georgia over Ohio State. I don't know if that's not even me being biased. Give me Georgia over Ohio State.
No, I agree with you. I think the way Georgia showed against Alabama last week, they could beat Ohio State.
And then I know we just talked about, we sung Indiana's praises there. I'm taking Georgia over Indiana. I'm taking Georgia over Indiana.
All right, we're going to disagree on that.
We're going to disagree there. We will, a very common Joski and Goob disagreement here.
So playoff football is a different game, Matt.
And Kirby Smart's been there. Signetti hasn't been there.
Well, so okay, that point I will agree with that. Kirby Smart's been there, but I just think Signetti. I mean, he's won wherever, and I hate that statement he's made multiple times. He's like, well, I win wherever I go.
Google me.
So, yeah.
Google him, guys. We need to Google him.
Go to the Googler.
Yeah. I think Georgia takes it, but also this is how it is. With a lot of my takes, I have feelings, I have opinions. I have feelings about what I want to happen, and I will have what I think will happen, which is kind of, sometimes those are crossroads. I want Indiana to win the national championship. I think Georgia's going to win the national championship. That's where it comes down to.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if it does end up being Indiana, Georgia, which conference has better squad.
100%, 100%. All right, those are our predictions, guys. He thinks Indiana's the champion. I think Georgia will be the national champion. We will see. We will see next week. We will see how this happens. Do you have anything else you would like to discuss today, or are we?
Yeah, we didn't talk about the Red Wings. They're number one. They're first place in the East. So
I did not even realize that. I thought they were actually not doing very well.
No,
I did not even realize that. Let's check out.
They got 36 points. They're leading the East.
Oh yeah, actually they are. Congratulations, Red Wings. Congratulations, guys.
Yzerman is starting to do something good. So.
Yep, they're 16, 11, and 3. They're first in the ATL.
So let me educate you about hockey.
Yeah.
Wins and losses do not matter.
Really?
It's all about how many points you score. So whoever's leading the league or the division or wherever in points is the champion.
So you could win every game 1-0 and be in the bottom of the barrel?
You could.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, because I see that the Bruins are 17 and 13. They have more wins, less losses, obviously, which is weird. They're the only team without a tie, which is kind of funny. And they only have 34 points. We have 35, I guess is what it says. But the Capitals have. We're not the best in the East though. We're the best in the ATL. Because the Metro, Hurricanes and Capitals have more. Capitals have 39. Damn.
Okay. Well.
And the West, oh my God, the West. Avalanche have 48, and the Stars have 45.
Yeah.
That's a different ball game over in the West. That's a different ball game over.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but the Red Wings used to play in the Western Conference.
That's stupid. Why were they in the Western Conference, not the Eastern?
I grew up them being in the Western Conference.
Were they just more West than all the Canada teams?
The way the Western Conference teams are built, they're built on more like size, where the Eastern Conference was always built on speed. So we had this is my own personal view. I think we struggled because we missed the playoffs so many years in a row that it was from the time that we switched from the Western Conference to the Eastern Conference, and we just struggled trying to adapt to the Eastern Conference type of play and getting those players. And that's why we struggled. But because when we were in the Western Conference, when we won our last Stanley Cup in 2008, we had some beast of players.
So would it be a nice strategy in hockey just to have a lot of good offensive players? So then even if you lose every game, you win by a lot?
Yes and no. You need size for your defense and, beat up the guys trying to hang out in front of the net, trying to score. Back in my day, I was, we had Bobby Probert was a huge, huge defensive man that just laid the wood on people. So.
All right. Well, Go Red Wings! Go Red Wings! Let's go. We're winning.
Season's still young, so we'll see where it goes.
No, because I keep seeing that we lose. I see that we lose, but we lose by like 9 to 10.
Where we at with the Skubal situation?
They're hearing offers. They're hearing trade offers, but Skubal's agent did come out and say that they want to stay in Detroit. His agent came out and said something of that nature. Like we want to stay in Detroit. Like we are very open to staying in Detroit. We are open to an extension. That is.
And you and I were both in agreement this week that if Detroit does not keep Skubal, we're done with baseball.
We won't say their name. We won't say their name on the podcast. We if they get rid of Skubal. Where's it at?
Oh no, we lost Joski.
If they get rid of Skubal, this hat means nothing. They get rid of Skubal, this hat means nothing. It says back-to-back Cy Young. That's Skubal's signature with a claw through it. This hat means nothing if we get rid of him. Hat means nothing. It means absolutely zero, nada. So don't get rid of him because I do not want to waste
Tigers,
that hat.
get him signed.
Tigers, blank check. You have money, bro. Sell more pizzas and we'll be able to pay him. Like, sell a few more. I will, if we sign back Skubal, the week we sign back Skubal, I will go to Little Caesars every week and eat there. I will contribute to your business every day for 1 week. That's not going to do much. I'll pay for the contract myself. I don't know. How much money do I got? I don't know. I'll pay for the contract myself. Skubal, please.
You got like $5.
I got $5. Hey, $5 is more than they're offering.
That'll buy you a lunch combo.
Exactly. Give me a lunch combo. No, it's like $6 now. They raised they raised their prices and they're still not paying the man. Raise the lunch combo to $10. I don't care. As long as you pay Skubal. that's where we're at. Yeah, Michigan football plays Texas in a bowl game. That's gonna
Citrus
be fun.
Bowl.
Yeah.
Which, let's go back to that for a second. So this gives these kids an opportunity to go to Florida, go to Disneyland or wherever, the Universal, hang out with their, and have fun, and then get to play in a bowl game.
Oh no, yeah, no. I think it's a great thing for these kids, and that's why I was gonna say earlier about my take on the bowl game stuff was, teams should not make a whole team decision to not be in the bowl game. What teams should do is give you the option. It should just be how it always is. If the coach doesn't want to coach the bowl game, screw you. You're out of here. If the players that are like seniors or going to go to the draft or just don't want to play in it, if you don't want to play, you don't have to play. But if you're a player that you get to be the next man up and you want to play in that bowl game for exposure, especially if you're like a player who's going to transfer and you just want more tape, you should be able to play in that bowl game. If you earned it,
Absolutely.
If your team earned it, you should be able to play. I don't think it should be a whole team decision.
So our top defensive end, Branham, #1 this year.
Yeah.
He's a senior, probably not going to play in the bowl game because you don't want to risk that.
Exactly. If you're going to get drafted, you don't want to risk that.
Yeah. So, and I'm okay with seniors not playing.
100%. I'm okay with it, but I think they shouldn't take it out on you said, talk about Notre Dame, like the captains said we don't want to play. It's like, yeah, you're a captain. Captains should think about the whole team. You're thinking about yourself, the first string defensive end or first string quarterback even that doesn't want to play in this bowl game because you're going to get hurt. You're not thinking about that fourth string defensive end who needs eyes on him and hasn't been playing because of you. You're not worried about
playing in the CFL.
Exactly. He doesn't. Who wants to get stuck playing there? I'd like to play there. CFL, call me. CFL, call me. Hey, everyone can call me. I'm available. First come, first serve though. First come, first serve for my my time. I will play for $1. I will play for $1. That is that's my contract. That's my asking rate. $1 per game. Yeah, I think that'll do it for today. We're almost a little less than an hour on the podcast. I think that'll do it. That will do it for today. I hope you guys like the new format. What we got down here, we got up there, the music at the start. Shout out Royce once again. Go get Josh's new book on Amazon. I'm good. I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. What's the name of the book? The Season That Created
The Season
Us?
That Changed Us. The Season That Changed Us on Amazon.
Changed us.
I will provide a link. I'll put a link to the Amazon link in our Spotify, in the description of the Spotify and the description of the YouTube video. I will put the link down there. It's okay. I'll put the link down there. I can figure that out. We are good to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. We always love having you here. We will see you guys next Tuesday when we will talk about our experience at SoFi Stadium and how the Lions game went. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood that we win. Even if we don't, it's going to be a great experience. I got to watch Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff play. My two favorite people on earth. Well, two favorite football players on earth. I got a few people above that. But yeah, so thank you guys so much.
Way to course correct that one, Joski.
Thank you guys so much for being with us.
There's Jared Goff, there's Matt Stafford, then there's mom, and there's dad. So
it could go either way. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being with us once again. We cannot say how much we appreciate you guys. We can't say it enough.
So please leave us feedback on all our social medias.
Comment on our
you want to reach out
videos.
To us, so.
You can DM us on our Instagram page. If you know us personally, text us personally. Hey, we liked this, we liked that. We always love feedback. I'm gonna try to get some of these clips out.
We don't care. We just want to get.
You never know. Oh, hey, I don't like the hat you put in the background. I'll put a new hat next time. I don't like the green screen. I'll take it down. Whatever you guys.
I'm not replacing my flag with an Ohio State flag, just so you know.
He probably will actually if the dollar amount's right.
Not a chance.
All right. Thank you guys. Right. We're right into the hour mark, so I'm gonna stop it here before we get there. See you guys next time.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.